How does dark crude oil go from being useless to becoming the precise gasoline that powers millions of engines every single day? Today, we're stepping inside the heart of the largest refinery in the United States to see exactly how gasoline is made. This is the fuel that moves the world. Make sure to like and subscribe. Let's go.
Phase 1. Extraction and preparation of crude oil. The entire gasoline manufacturing process begins with crude oil, a complex mixture of hydrocarbons that has remained trapped beneath the Earth's surface for millions of years. To extract it, advanced drilling systems are used, capable of penetrating extremely hard rock layers, until reaching the reservoirs where it has accumulated. These wells can extend to considerable depths, where pressure and temperature are extremely high. Now, once the reservoir is reached, the oil may flow naturally due to the internal pressure of the deposit. When that pressure is not sufficient, mechanical pumps or injection systems are used to help bring the crude oil to the surface in a continuous and controlled manner. At this initial stage, crude oil has no direct use as fuel. It is thick, dark, and contains various impurities. Before reaching the refinery, it goes through a basic preparation phase in which sediments, water, and associated gases are removed using industrial separators. This step is essential to protect downstream equipment and ensure that the crude arrives under proper and controlled conditions for the next stage of processing. Once stabilized, the oil is transported through pipelines, oil tankers, or specialized trains to refineries, where its true transformation begins. Phase 2. Fractional distillation. When crude oil arrives at the refinery, and it enters one of the most important systems in the process, fractional distillation. In this phase, the crude is progressively heated in massive industrial furnaces until reaching temperatures that can exceed 350 degrees Celsius. As the temperature rises, the different components of the oil begin to separate according to their boiling points. The heated crude enters a large vertical distillation tower designed to take advantage of temperature differences throughout its height. Lighter compounds rise toward the top of the tower, where temperatures are lower, while heavier compounds remain near the bottom. At intermediate levels, specific fractions condense, including light naphtha, which forms the basis for gasoline production. This process does not produce finished gasoline ready for use. Instead, it generates an initial fraction that still requires further treatment. However, our distillation is fundamental because it organizes crude oil into different product families: gases, naphthas, kerosene, gas oil, and heavy residues. Thanks to this separation, each fraction can be processed individually in the following stages, optimizing the use of every barrel. Phase 3. Conversion and cracking of heavy fractions. After distillation, many of the fractions obtained are too heavy to be used directly as gasoline. At this point, the conversion phase begins, now with the objective of transforming large, complex molecules into smaller ones suitable for lighter fuels. The most important process in this stage is catalytic cracking. During cracking, heavy fractions are exposed to high temperatures and brought into contact with special catalysts that accelerate chemical reactions. These catalysts allow long hydrocarbon chains to break into shorter molecules that can become part of gasoline. This process not only increases the amount of fuel produced, but also improves its energy quality. Conversion is essential to maximize crude oil utilization, turning lower-value materials into highly demanded products. Through these techniques, a greater proportion of each barrel can be converted into gasoline and other light fuels, reducing waste and improving overall refinery efficiency. Phase 4. Reforming and octane enhancement. Once the appropriate light fractions have been obtained, gasoline is still not ready for use in modern engines. In this stage, reforming takes place, a process aimed at precisely adjusting the fuel's composition to improve its performance inside the engine. The main goal is to increase the octane rating. Octane measures the fuel's ability to resist premature detonation during compression in the engine cylinder. If the octane level is too low, the gasoline may ignite too early, causing vibrations, power loss, and accelerated mechanical wear. Reforming is carried out in industrial units operating under carefully controlled temperature and pressure conditions. Inside these units, gasoline comes into contact with specific catalysts that reorganize the molecular structure of hydrocarbons. As a result, the molecules are transformed into more stable compounds with improved energy properties. This stage not only enhances resistance to detonation, but also promotes a more uniform and efficient combustion process. The engine can make better use of each drop of fuel, delivering smoother operation and more consistent power output. Thanks to reforming, gasoline acquires the characteristics required to meet the demands of modern engines, which operate at higher compression ratios and require increasingly stable fuels. Phase 5. Final blending and additive incorporation. After being refined and optimized, gasoline enters a decisive phase, final blending and additive incorporation. At this point, the fuel already has the essential characteristics needed to function, but precise adjustments are required to guarantee consistent and safe performance. In large industrial blending tanks, different gasoline streams obtained during refining are combined. Each stream may present slight variations in composition, so the objective is to achieve a homogeneous final product. The blending process is carried out under strictly controlled conditions of temperature, pressure, and time. Automated measurement systems allow each component to be dosed with high precision. During this stage, specialized additives are incorporated in exact quantities. These include detergents that help keep fuel injection systems and engine valves clean, antioxidants that prevent degradation during storage, and compounds designed to improve combustion and reduce emissions. The formulation of these additives varies depending on environmental regulations, regional requirements, and the characteristics of the local vehicle fleet. For this reason, refineries carefully adjust gasoline composition for each specific market. At this stage, certain physical and sensory properties of the fuel are also defined, ensuring stability and compatibility with modern engines. Phase 6. Quality control and verification. Before gasoline can leave the refinery, every batch must pass extremely rigorous quality control procedures. Representative samples are taken and analyzed in laboratories equipped with high-precision technology. One of the most important parameters tested is the octane rating, but purity, chemical stability, and the absence of contaminants such as water or solid particles are also evaluated. The fuel undergoes tests that simulate real operating conditions to observe its behavior under different temperatures and pressures. Only batches that meet all technical and regulatory requirements are approved for commercialization. Those that fail to reach the established standards are reprocessed or adjusted before being evaluated again. This exhaustive control ensures that gasoline maintains consistent quality and reliability for the end user. Phase 7. Storage and distribution. Once approved, gasoline moves to the storage and distribution stage. It is stored in large industrial tanks designed to minimize evaporation and prevent external contamination. These tanks are equipped with pressure and temperature control systems, along with strict safety protocols. From there, the fuel is transported through pipelines, rail tank cars, or specialized tanker trucks, depending on the distance and available infrastructure. Throughout transportation, carefully controlled conditions are maintained to preserve its properties. Upon reaching service stations, gasoline is unloaded into underground storage tanks, protected from light and climate variations. Finally, it is ready to be pumped into vehicles, completing a complex industrial process that transforms crude oil into the fuel that powers millions of engines every day.
What did you think about this process? Make sure to like and subscribe for more visits to the biggest factories in the world.